release of information, and more importantly, on the direction of the investigation. I ensured that operational independence...
The honourable member for Thornhill.
Commissioner Lucky told the Nova Scotia RCMP that she wanted the details of the makes and the models of the weapons used in Canada's most deadly mass shooting released. Why? Because the minister pressured her to do so. We know they spoke about it. He knew it would jeopardize the investigation, but the minister had legislation coming, and this was part of a communications exercise for him. It was not about the investigation, the victims, or public safety. He played politics with a mass shooting investigation. What time today will he resign?
The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Madam Speaker, the independence of police operations is a key principle in our democracy and one that our government deeply respects. At no time did our government attempt to interfere in police operations. That has never taken place. It's a sacrosanct principle of our democracy, and we'll always live by it.
The Honourable Member for Thornhill.
Madam Speaker, in an accountable of an RCMP commissioner working with a minister to cover up the politicization of the biggest mass killing in Canadian history would result in immediate resignation. Not only did the minister mislead the House about knowing what we've all heard on tape, the minister was advised that releasing this information would jeopardize the investigation, and he asked for it to be done anyway. He put politics above the safety of Canadians and then covered it up. So what time today will he resign?
Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Speaker, what happened in Nova Scotia by way of that mass shooting is an absolute tragedy. Innocent people lost their lives. Our focus has been to ensure that through this inquiry,
Can we listen to the answers the same way we listen to the questions, please? The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
Our focus, Madam Speaker, has been through the inquiry to make sure that we learn the lessons from how to prevent such mass shootings ever to take place in any part of Canada. That investigation was led by the RCMP. The government did not interfere in that investigation, but because that is a fundamental principle of our democracy, politicians do not interfere with police operations.
Honorable député de Louis Saint-Laurent.
Madame la Présidente, cette affaire est...
Madam Speaker, this is very serious. During this tragedy in Halifax, the government claims it never interfered in the process, and it's completely false. Yesterday, a recording was made public about a meeting that happened a few days after that situation where we clearly see that the government interfered. When the commissioner said... I flagged it because it was a request from the minister's office, and I told the minister that the information would be released, and then it wasn't. It was a request. I told the minister. When will the minister resign? The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary. Madam Speaker, the independence of police operations is part of our democracy. Our government has deep respect for this. At no point did our government try to interfere in the investigation. The Honourable Member for Louis Saint-Laurent. I will repeat. We got this information publicly yesterday. I flag it because it was a request I got from the minister's office, and I told the minister the information would be released, and then it wasn't. I told the minister. What did we find out? That the commissioner at the RCMP was waiting for the Prime Minister's call for what? To apologize. It has no place at all in a self-respecting democracy. When will the minister resign? The Honourable Parliamentary Secretary.
The member in our democracy, politicians do not interfere in police operations or police investigations, as has been the case in this matter. We did not interfere in a police operation or police investigation. That has been confirmed by the commissioner herself when she testified before a parliamentary committee in July of this year, where she clearly said that she was not asked to direct the investigation, nor she was, and she worked hard to maintain the independence of that investigation.
L'honorable député.